Welcome everybody! It is Blue Pack and Fashbinder, and we are back with the Season 4 Champions Ladder Playoffs, bringing you this match between Jimmyfantastic and his Chaos team, and Pizhamich and his Khemri team. Good afternoon, Mr. Binder.
Good afternoon, Mr. Pack.
Mr. Pack and Mr. Binder coming at you. So, it looks like the Chaos team has induced a wizard. The Khemri team was more expensive, wasn't it?
Yes, about 100 TV if I recall correctly.
Khemri with 3 on the subs bench, Chaos with 2. That could be a big factor in this game. Interesting to me though, the Khemri team to me are missing, a mighty blow piling on Blitzer and dirty player skeletons. Standing out for me is the plus armor skeleton. Not sure how you feel about that, Fash.
No, it's disgusting. There's some really odd choices. You don't often see shadowing on a throw Ra. Certainly not one that has leader. Presumably that was planning to be his ball carrier had he not got that double agi up on the Blitz Ra. But yeah, definitely, there's no reason not to have a tackle pommer on a Blitz Ra, and to not have that, I think, was remiss.
Yeah, because his armor 8 guys. If he can get hold of them, he can do some damage. Jimmy has 2 claw pommers, so definitely an early target.
Yeah, absolutely. And so just, yeah, the armor pick's really odd, the shadowing pick's really odd. And maybe would have even skipped Mighty Blow had I got an agi up on the Blitzer.
Not that much guard on Jimmy's team, actually. 3 guard apiece, but obviously the Tomb Guardians being strength 5, whereas the Warriors are strength 4. Means that, the Chaos really need more guard. An early injury into a regen on Mr. Again, the skeleton.
A blodged skeleton.
Coming not from one of the killers, surprisingly. I like this, making the blocks 3 die as well. Thank God this guy's got plus armor, so the score isn't wasted.
Well, I mean, that's what Jim needs to do to win the match, is to get removals. And to make a 3-die block. Like, how mad would you be if you made, 4 turns of nothing but pushes?
It's happened, that's the problem.
Exactly, and so making 3-die blocks can mitigate that. And with Chaos, there's no excuse not to on the LOS.
No. I think the big thing for me is if they get the shot at the Tomb Guardians. The Tomb Guardians are the core of the Khemri team. If 1 or 2 of them falls, the drive is done.
Yeah, absolutely. Kind of like in the same way that Skaven and Gutter Runners are. Without it, and you're just looking at 2 mummies then. 2 mummies and a bunch of AV7, move 4, agi 2 linemen. Just not very spectacular.
But I think it's even worse though, because at least the other 2 Gutter Runners can do some bullshit. The Tomb Guardians need to all be there to support each other. It devalues the remaining 2 so much. Do you know what I mean? A legendary Gutter Runner is a legendary Gutter Runner even when he's on his own.
True.
3 Tomb Guardians with block though means that Jimmy will be looking at 55ers to knock them down. The 1 dice is a less attractive option.
Often though, you'd be happy for 1 dice for a push and following, and a 1-for-1 trade with a TG. Not strictly terrible. It is still Mighty Blow, and presumably then AV9. You wouldn't be making the 1D with a Beastman, presumably. And so you maybe want the AV9 to be a little more resilient. That resilience is Jim's rationale for taking the Claw Pom on a Chaos Warrior over a Beastman. Is that he's more resistant to the fouling, having AV9.
Yeah, but I think if the gang foul is big enough, that 1 doesn't make a huge difference. I want to see 3 dies. If he's hitting Beastman, I think it should always be 3 dies.
Absolutely.
With a couple of dirty players, Pizhamich could have just won this game on attrition. I think he's really missing out on the 40k fouling power.
Definitely.
Because you would knock this Chaos Warrior down with your Tomb Guardian, and then you would just gang foul him. You could get a +3, +4 perhaps. More exciting prospect for me, I think, would have been 3 dicing the Frenzy Man. Try and get that removal, eliminate Jimmy's sideline control.
It's also his best way to get the ball out of the hands of the ball carrier. With Wrestle being able to take on block.
Oh, he 1-in-9s it. I like the play though, ensuring that should he only get pushes, he gets a 2nd block. That's a great way to maximize your hit. There's an early stun. Jimmy will be relieved at that.
Oh man, maybe just coming in anyway.
Well, I don't disagree with the side.
He's already down 1 for the drive, now down 2 for the drive. If you're down 2 for the drive, you're getting claw palm to shit. I don't like that, Valu. Down 2 on turn 2 would have been fairly disastrous. You just get grinded from there. The 5 strength becomes worthless. Yeah, absolutely. Getting away with it. Yeah, I said down 2 men, 5 strength then doesn't matter because you got the assist to do whatever you want, wherever you want. And you will just be grounded.
Well, I think in this sort of matchup, though, if it gets to a point that you can't defend the drive and you're just going to be taking hits, that's the point that you just don't get up again. You just say, right, you know, score in 8. It's not worth losing the Tomb Guardians over, is it?
Well, we'd probably just leave them on the ground then.
He's left a number of players out that are quite juicy targets.
Yeah, absolutely. The edgy 4-man.
A guard could set up a claw palm hit on the best Tomb Guardian. The Agi 4 is available, but I think to pile him on, that would mean throwing your claw palmer right into the gang foul, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it's a bit risky.
So I think you want to take the hit that you can claw palm. I mean, even the guard blitzer on the left is a pretty nice target. Yeah, he's going to 3-dice him, I think. Eliminate one of the guard. He can bring the ball round, and he can keep the ball in that left-hand side, and that makes the 2 Tomb Guardians on the right kind of irrelevant, doesn't it? At least for a turn or 2.
What do you think about the surf on the Tomb Guardian on the right with the Frenzy Man?
No.
What do you mean, no? How do you not take that? I don't think Jim's taken this.
Oh yeah. You know, the other one's not guard. I thought they all had guard, but he's
absolutely 2 dice twice for the surf. Good spot from Jim and the illustrious Fashbinder. Even gets a push. Oh man, happy days.
That's a huge move.
Absolutely love it.
Only a stun, but this is exactly what you were talking about. And now he can get 2 dice with the Mighty Blow guy as well. I think all teams at this TV should have a Frenzy player.
Frenzy's amazing.
I think, yeah, you just get that denial. A lot of tempting targets, but that's obviously the right play because it's a guaranteed removal if he gets it. Hits the 55% on the first one. Pizhamich now down 2 for the drive.
Could have been 3 on that rowdy foul.
Yeah. But we know fouling never gets punished when it's done stupidly.
Yeah.
This is nice because it's a 75%er as well. That push is a bit annoying actually, because now his Frenzy Man is surfable. He would need 2 GFIs from his Tomb Guardian to make it sensibly. Or if he could surf the unskilled Beastman.
Yeah, on just a 2-die block on the Frenzy Man with the Guardman behind the Beastman, the Blitz on the Beastman.
Push the Guardman behind the Beastman, yeah, come in at the diagonal. It would be a 1-die surf though, because obviously you're using that Tomb Guardian.
Yeah, I think the Blitz on the Frenzy Man is much better. So the Blitz on the Frenzy Man pushing horizontally from left of the TG, and then TG just 2-die blocks to push him out.
Yeah.
And I'd much rather get a Frenzy Man than the unskilled.
Counter surf. And if he doesn't take this counter surf, then that's, you know, he should be spotting that every day of the week.
Immediate willy-nilly basin.
Yeah, Agi 4-man.
On tackle man.
Thrown in there.
Well, here's the other thing too, and look, testament to there was one really smart, intelligent, well-endowed person who posted on the forum saying that some people may be sneaking through early on lucky records and then an extra round to ensure that that doesn't happen. Maybe a top 2 of each race battle it out, or a seeded tournament where the top 1 of each race plays, the top 2 of the second, like two pools, I guess. Every top tier versus every second tier in the first round. Mitigates some RNG. You still got the 1 race of every team in the finals, but for Blood Bowl to be taken even remotely seriously, they need to do more than what there currently is.
GFI 1 in 36 for the double 1. I think he's going to lose another Tomb Guardian here.
Yep.
I think that Tomb Guardian's going off the pitch.
Would be happy to burn 2 rerolls on turn 2.
Doesn't get the tackle hit here, unfortunately. He does get another shot at it, but it's a non-mighty blow hit. Could use his tackle pommer, but I really think he just wants to get this other Tomb Guardian off. Because if 2 Tomb Guardians leave the pitch, the drive is done.
Yep.
So many free hits. And this is what Pizhamich can't do. He can't give the Chaos free hits.
And he's done it. He's just mans, just like...
Yeah. Just basing with his best players.
Pow here would be nice. It is nice.
Pow on the Blitzra. It's a armor 8 though, so he's not too worried about a non-mighty blow hit. It does happen, but thick skull and regen. Oh no, he doesn't have. Actually, he doesn't have thick skull. Sorry, the Blitzra. And I don't know what he was doing, geofying with the Tomb Guardian before the surf.
He could done the surf on no dice other than 2 die blocks.
Yeah.
There's just no reason to do it.
He could have clawed back, you know, one of the men advantage. And we do know that losing men on your offense is a lot worse.
Absolutely.
Opting for the blitz on the Blodge skeleton. Obviously not willing to put the commitment onto the Tomb Guardian. He's got quite an awkward angle because of the position of the other one.
I guess it lets him pile on safely.
Yeah, I think you pile on the stun here. It wasn't the natural armor break, but worth a try.
And maybe just a rotate midfield into dodge a Frenzy Man.
He's going to have to hold the ball on the right here.
Yeah.
So, if he uses the Chaos Warrior, he doesn't really need to worry about the left-hand side. What's the movement on the thrower R6? So he's not likely to be coming in here. But in my mind, you know, the game plan from Pizhamich should have been stay the hell away from the Chaos, particularly the scary ones. And
safe screening.
Die block a beastman every turn.
Exactly.
And just try and keep in numbers. You know, if you get a really juicy gang foul, maybe you take it, but he hasn't got a bribe, so. And he won't re-roll that. He waited to the end of his turn for the exact reason that he didn't have to re-roll it.
Yep. And made the ball safe.
So what I'd like to see here is these 2 Tomb Guardians pressuring all 4 of these beastmen. That's the sort of play he needs to make if he wants to base people. Because if 2 Tomb Guardians are tying up 4 beastmen, then immediately Jimmy's man advantage is gone.
Well, yeah, for that turn at least. I'm sure he'll look to clear it. But no, down men I wouldn't be basing at all. You're just giving away freebies for no reason. Make the 1-2 die block on the Guard Warrior, and then just safely screen from there. Don't like this Guard Blodge Man positioning. It's just allowing a blitz into follow-up blocks from almost every angle.
Yeah, he's kind of relying on the Blodge there because there's not too many tacklers now.
Would also allow Jim a safe pylon.
Hits the block one as opposed to the mighty blow one. The idea obviously to get his tackle in there, get his guard in there, sorry, to make this a 2 dice. Double power. We could see a nice gang foul here if he does the correct push. He can get a, well no, it's only a +1 because the Tomb Guardian's based. Could be a +2 if he wants it to be. Four Chaos players on the floor though. It's quite a nice momentum turn for him. But Jimmy's in no rush to bring the ball forward on turn 3.
No, not at all. He'll be happy just making palm blitzes, I think. Guardman stands up, a cancel assist on the Agi 4, frees the Pommer. And then Pommer will have the choice of his targets. Just giving him immediate 2-die blocks, really. And he's done the Tyrion in basing half of the team, but screening with the rest. And so all the Chaos players on the left are free to move. I mean, they admittedly don't go too relevant, but they'll be able to...
If you're gonna, like, if he's gonna put that one Tomb Guardian on those 3, he should move the other Tomb Guardian in as well. And just tie up all of those Beastmen on the right-hand side.
Yeah, I'm thinking this last TG maybe stand to the left of the guard Beastman.
To
deny...
the left-hand TG, you mean?
Yeah.
See, the right-hand one that's just gone in there, I want to see him right wedged in between the Mighty Blow and the Frenzy. Tie them all up.
Yeah, and with the guard protection, it would be somewhat difficult to get the 2-die from Jim. But that's it. Look, I always try to end my turn with only giving my opponent a blitz, and if I can't,
until you're trying to
a 1-die block. Yeah.
At some point you want to.
And you don't force that on turn 3 or anything like that.
Against claw players.
But he's end of the turn, and the guard's warrior stands up, and there's an immediate 2.
He has actually got to worry though, because the Agi 4 Blodgeman can do some stuff that you never expect Khemri to be doing. I mean, he's going to have a crappy drive now just simply from giving that surf away on turn 2. Okay, looks like Claw Mighty Blow onto the bigger of the Tomb Guardians. And each one of these could be huge. I mean, a random Kaz'd Tomb Guardian can decide the game.
Absolutely. And even with Claw Mighty Blow, it's not even that random. Gets away without even a stun.
Jimmy's going to take a few return hits here, though.
Yeah.
Although, I've got a feeling he'll GFI with the downed Tomb Guardian to make a 2-dice.
Do you reckon he's not learned his lesson from the last GFI?
No. I mean, I suppose he could use the left-hand Tomb Guardian. Problem is now, if Pizhamich gets a lot of knockdowns, Jimmy does need to start moving forward in the next couple of turns. And if Jimmy takes a few knockdowns and is forced to just stand those guys up each turn, it can really slow down his defense.
Look, if the GFI does work for a 2 into the power, the other 3 beastmen get downed on 2-die blocks. Armor Skellington and TG, TG assists for the block on the unskilled, the block warrior. And yeah, then Jim only has either Frenzy Man and Mighty Blow Claw Guard Man, and the other 3 around the ball. Standing, potentially. Just on the fact that the free blocks that Jim was given didn't really pay his dividends. Good question from Johnny5 in chat. Do you think if Mole wins one of the prized champion ladders...
He didn't make it a 2-dice. He fucking...
Dirty dingo.
He left it a 1-dice. Big misplay. Oh. Sorry, yeah, go on.
Do you think Ducky and Mole will have a sleepover with the $500 prize, having beer and pizza?
I don't know.
I would watch a Mole and Ducky sleepover with $500 spending money.
Yeah, I wonder if he realises his Tomb Guardian can 2-dice the warrior now, the guy without block. Yeah, he did exactly the play I thought, but he made it a 1-dice when it could have been a 2-dice just by going at a different angle.
Yep.
Gets the hit on the guard beastman. So yeah, I mean, this is almost like better, isn't it? Because it makes it very hard for the Chaos to push through that line of Tomb Guardians, but you really can feel the difference from only having 3. If there was a 4th Tomb Guardian there, it's huge, isn't it? He needs to follow this up to prevent the surf. Although it is the Frenzy Man he's marking, actually. So his choices now are 1 dice block with the Blodge Guard and think about fouling. But sensibly not fouling. What do you think about that 1 dice block though, Fash?
It could have been a 2 with that TG.
Yeah, but he's trying to pull them a bit further together. Like, it would just leave that Tomb Guardian so out of position. Because he's not guard, he would have had to come on the bottom left. And then he could have just been isolated so easily. We're going to see 2 Tomb Guardians and this skeleton go down here. Oh, Wrestle working against him. I don't think he'll re-roll that though. Though if he doesn't, he loses his 2 die on the Tomb Guardian, doesn't he? Ooh.
Seems fair enough. Does have the option to pin it to the sideline now on turn 5.
Yeah.
That's pretty tempting. On a sideline where Frenzy Man's relevant.
75% claw bomb hit on a Tomb Guardian's pretty nice as well.
Oh, absolutely.
Just got to make sure his ball's protected after.
Even opens that path downfield if he wanted it.
Oh, that's a shame. He was unlucky not to get that one.
Definitely would have loved it too, for that path.
Yeah, I mean, it just the second that Tomb Guardian stunned, the Khemri defense falls apart. Because the next turn he recovers, the turn after that he's so far away.
Yeah, I think Jim was down in TV. I don't think the Camry had money in the bank. If you watch the fantastic analysis video,
in at about 2,000, which is mainly like Tomb Guardian block times 3 is like 90k on its own, isn't it? Speaking of beating up skeletons, Fash, you played any good MMOs lately?
I've been online and playing a lot lately. I don't know about you, but there's the option of beating up skeletons.
Oh,
In mass.
Oh.
They make cool little noises and go, as you imagine a skeleton will sound.
We should have our own guild in it or something.
I would join your guild. But you could probably just join Team Fashbinder. It's a much more alluring prospect.
Okay, what does entry give there?
I'm sure that I would hook them up with some basic starter gear and a bit of money in the bank to jiggle in their coin pouch.
Jiggle. I don't know about that one.
Don't you jiggle coins in your coin pouch? I can probably start giving away keys for that pretty soon.
Little 1 dice there from Jimmy. Don't mind it. End of turn action. With
Gets an AV8 off the mummy.
Yeah.
And by the mummy, I mean the Tomb Guardian. Which
some
forces
banging
the...
here, though. Tomb Guardian stands up and hits Frenzy Man. Yep. If he follows here... Oh, that's a really annoying spot for him, though, isn't it?
Oh man, if he doesn't break armor...
Can still foul if he really needs to. He doesn't want to. But look at this, though. This is next turn is turn 6 for Jimmy. And if the Tomb Guardians make 3 knockdowns...
Yeah. The knockdown on that warrior would be... It's going to be so big.
It's really hard to push forward, isn't it? Because, you know, Jimmy's first 4 turns were the damage turns. And outside of turn 1, he's not had a lot of success.
No, I think every armor break's been from a non-pommer, aside from that one pylon he's done.
Double 1 in 9s. Yelfagor doing a great job staying on his feet. What do you think about this, actually? Not taking... No, if you... Not taking the block with the right-hand Tomb Guardian to prevent a guard guy taking the place of that Beastman. Because the second you knock him away, you're either following up onto the claws, or you're staying where you are. The guard and somebody else just enabled the surf, the 1-dice surf. Because you can easily 2-dice away the guard Tomb Guardian for knockdown, which will make it a 2-dice surf.
I think he's getting surfed either way, unless he dodges. Out of 10, how cheeky would it be for, not now as it's a bit late in the drive, but if this sort of situation happened on turn 2, throwing a bolt down to not only bolt a TG but then surf the other?
I don't think...
Not in your offense.
Nah, I don't think he'll consider that value use of the wizard, because you're almost relying on the surf doing some damage.
What if...
Jimmy's confident that he can get through this drive.
What if you had stalled your opponent's drive and this was the second half?
Oh god, yeah. I mean,
right.
That momentum swing on its own would be worth the value of the wizard. That's a completely different thing, because
it is.
The game plan of the Khemri revolves around, he's probably accepts that Jimmy might score 1-0 and then he goes for the grind and goes for the overtime. So you're not, do you know what I mean? You're not doing anything that changes the game plan by wizarding here. Interesting play.
No, it was definitely a better call, if he was getting surfed if he wasn't on the ground.
Yeah. But honestly, look at not making that block at all. That actually made it quite different if he hadn't made the block. Because, that Beastman that just got taken down was in the exact spot you need a guard in order to make the clearance and make the surf.
Yeah, so a bit worried about progress now. Rotating to the left doesn't seem as good with the Agi 5-man there. And the couple of blodge options.
Khemri that stay on the pitch are a very hard team to break through, aren't they? Just because of the sheer strength of those Tomb Guardians. I mean, all he's got to do is line up his Guardians with one guy behind each. So Jimmy not able to take the big claw hits simply because the Tomb Guardians are in the way. And this is more... Basically, this is a result of Pizhamich's all-mans not backfiring. Because this could easily be a situation where the Chaos were 4 or 5 men up.
Exactly, he's been really lucky.
It's not because he's got lucky. I mean, he got a guy surf turn 2 and a guy Kaz turn 1, but he hasn't suffered a single removal other than that. And the surf was his own doing. Okay, so there's going to be a switch of sides here, but I don't think it's going to be enough, because those 3 skeletons, or the 2 skeletons and the throw Ra, are completely free if Agiman makes a 2-dice block on the guard man.
Yeah, absolutely. Every Beastman's getting blocked there, and if they're on the ground, I don't think Jim's scoring. I was looking around thinking, what can he do for 3 turns?
The way I would have played it, if it was me, is I would have, for the first few turns, I would have just pulled them left and right. I would have took my blitzes, and the surf had to be done. You were never passing up the surf. But turn 3 and 4, I feel that he could have moved to the middle, then moved to the left, and just keep pulling them about. Because eventually the Tomb Guardians are going to get bogged down.
Yeah, tied up on one man.
You're gonna find a spot for a break if you do that. By engaging them in this fight. Obviously, the all-mans didn't help because Jimmy constantly had guys tied up.
Yeah, and then didn't have the option to rotate and make it safe.
You are the faster team as Chaos by a fraction.
And not even a fraction, really. Like the difference between, I guess so. The Blitzdraws and the Throw-Rows.
Yeah.
Comparable to the Beastmen.
There's 4 of those that can keep up with you. The Warriors are the same speed as the Skeletons. So going for the Claw Bomb into a double skull, instant reroll there. You don't want to take a Mighty Blow hit for free on your
Definitely
Mighty
not.
Blow. He's only got 2 turns left, so I think it's correct. He gets a KO for his trouble. Not sure if Piz has any babes, but I think he will accept the KO unless he had 2 babes.
Yeah,
So
well,
that
he'll know
buys
if he has
him some
babes or not.
space, but he's at the limit of his movement now, I think.
Actually, he made a GFI to get there.
Wow. Yeah, pretty lucky that he hadn't used his reroll then prior to the double skulls.
Well, I hadn't really done much. Aside from 2 double blocks.
I like this bait here. He's baiting with Frenzy Man, trying to say, look, you got a free Tomb Guardian hit. Whereas the Tomb Guardian needs to rotate right now, or base the ball.
Based on what I've seen so far, I think it'll just be base the ball.
Nice stun there on the guard man. Pizhamich could go into the second half with only 3 Tomb Guardians and facing a wizard. Even though it will be the start of his drive, you know, he could quickly find himself down to 2 Tomb Guardians if he leaves one exposed.
Yeah, look, I don't think he'll fall for the bait, and that he seems to be the... Well, which isn't even wrong, especially not as Khemri. They make every block type, and the Skeleton's going to make that 1 in 9 push on the Wrestle Man, and then the Blitz will come from the TG on the Guard Claw Mighty Blow Warrior, which will enable the Blitzthrower Agi4 to bang down a Beastman, and then the other one to bang down the Claw Pommer, and then maybe the Armor Man to make a Blitz. Maximizing blocks is just something you see a lot, and it's, yeah, in this instance it's not bad.
Wrestle as well, so it's kind of nice. He's actually, yeah, he has got a sack here, hasn't he? Oh, that's a block guy. That's unfortunate for him. He does go for the greedier play, but it didn't cost him a reroll.
Fell for the trap. Unbelievable.
Yeah. I mean, that if anything screams bait, it's somebody saying, here, hit me with your guy. Is he thinking about a reroll here? Nah.
I think he's making a base the ball plan with that TG.
No, he's trying to prevent the forward motion here.
I don't know, that both down's pretty big.
Yeah, I think
Getting
you
that
might
wrestle.
have had to re-roll that on the wrestler.
Yeah, because it'll just be a hole either way now.
Only double skulls turned you over. Those 2 Tomb Guardians together will prevent the forward progress, wouldn't they?
Yeah. At least on the right. Whereas the Armor Man will have to come to the left to not have Mighty Blow Tackle open to... Not that Jim wants to, but he might receive a handoff into be uncontested. Everyone else is tied up other than the Armor Wrestle Man, which needs to stay arguably where he is. Dirty Dingo.
Little 1 dice. I don't hate that.
I mean, I guess arguably needed to not have a non-screen, because there's not a screen at the moment.
Look at this though as well. Randomly, the 2 in the middle are both blodgers, and they're not basing tacklers, so they're pretty good odds to stay on their feet. Obviously, the Agi 4 can be pushed into a tackler. But what is this? He's just opened up his middle for him. He's just rolled out the red carpet.
Yeah, look, absolutely. Or if not, it'll be the block on a TG.
I mean, they blitz the skeleton. They mark up everything now, and the ball just sweeps through the middle.
Looks to be the case.
It's pretty.
I think Tackle Pommer can get rid of the Blodge Guard, and the other warrior could then... I guess he doesn't really move anywhere. Maybe the warrior pushes the Blodge Guard to tie up 2, and that frees the Tackle Pommer to move. relevant to the ball, because then it'll only be the down TG.
Basically, I think the warrior can push the Agi 4 onto the tackle pommer after you push through, because like the first thing Jimmy needs to do this turn is get into scoring range.
Absolutely.
I'm not really sure I would take these blocks before getting into scoring range. I would probably only take the block on the skeleton. Might as well blitz here with the mighty blow, claw, piling on. Obviously you don't pile on because you need him on his feet, but still maximising the power of the hit.
Beep.
Gets the knockdown. I mean, where's the break tackle, Tomb Guardian? Did you see that?
On the ground.
There's a kill, but it's another regen. So that's another reason. That's the break tackle, Tomb Guardian. That's another reason in my mind to
I've rerolled the previous turn, absolutely.
Rerolled that 1 at 9 because that Tomb Guardian can't be on the floor. That's just not an option for turn 7. So Jimmy will make the GFI this turn while he's got the reroll, providing he can get a second guy in scoring range. Which the Claw Pom Warrior is.
Even the Claw Pom Beastman could.
All
after he's
goals
blocked
achieved,
through.
though, Jimmy. Like if he gets his turn 8 score, I mean he'll be happy with that. He won't be happy with no lasting damage though.
No, not at all.
Doesn't GFI now.
Camera Coach really lucky to have gotten away with it for a single KO.
Yeah. 2 injuries, 2 regens. Surf, no damage. Wrestle to the floor.
Does block his path though. Yeah, I would like the... Yeah, I guess he wanted the tackle bomb. For the option of piling on. But, it's just a warrior tying up those two. Wouldn't be bad. I mean, it wouldn't be funny if he lost to... Didn't lose, but got harassed by this shadowing thrower. You know, tagging his ball on the block as they both down. And he does need to solve that though, is it still a problem?
He needs to think about this Tomb Guardian first, doesn't he?
Yeah, presumably that will just be tagged.
But, I mean... But a 5+ dodge from the Tomb Guardian, turn 7, it's not even horrific, is it? 55... Oh! Shadowing time. Oh!
I think this shadowing actually made it worse. It's now a double GFI to tag the ball carrier after a dodge.
I just think the like imagine, right? The Tomb Guardian makes the dodge, sacks the ball and stuns him. You then bring the dodge guy round to mark the pommer. I mean, 55% chance of dodging there. It's not ideal, is it? No, it's a 5+, isn't it?
I think that was shadowing bait. But yeah, for sure. I mean, and at some point in time, there's always going to be a 5+ to hit your ball. Maybe Jim risks a GFI and just stands 1 square to the northeast. Wouldn't that be better? He had the reroll, didn't he? The unskilled beastman instead of basing?
On who? The unskilled beastman?
Yeah, instead of basing, just screen to prevent the 5+.
Yeah, he could have cut it out. Hang on.
Camry not worried about that. We're just gonna make 2 low blocks.
1, 2. So the break tackle can't sack though.
No.
Break tackle could base for the guard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2. Nope. Blitz Ra can't reach. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2. Throw Ra can't reach.
Oh, not for a sack. But I think if Guardman made the double and the break tackle to apply a guard, and the shadowing also then tagged the ball, and then Blitz Ra for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe tagging the guard warrior, that might force a dodge.
Yeah, he's just slacked it here, hasn't he? He just didn't apply. When he had the momentum, he seemed to back off with the pressure, which was odd. You know, when he was behind, he went all mans, and then he got lucky, didn't get knocked down, but didn't counter press.
And with the extra Chaos Warrior, where it is, probably only plan to make that one dodge anyway, to press the Agi 4, maybe.
And this is why this guy had to reroll that 1 in 9. I mean, he's double wonned it, which
Deserves
is unfortunate. He's done that twice, but he needed to re-roll that 1 in 9. That Tomb Guardian being on the floor was a real problem. And let's have a look.
There's a reason that they're 4 movement.
There's going to be a 75% claw palm onto this other Tomb Guardian. There's no way Jimmy's not risking a quad skulls here. Because worst case scenario, it's 0-0. He's got a wizard. They've only got 1 chance of getting the other Tomb Guardian back. You can't pass up a block claw mighty blow piling on hit on an unblocked Tomb Guardian.
Oh man, if he had more men. A double surf. Double surf TG. With the frenzy and the 2 behind towards the ball carrier, and then the 1 before the 10 square between the 6 square. It'd be 2 die blocks on the blitz if he had the men available.
Yeah, you would need, let's see, you'd need 4 men.
1, 2, 3, 4.
You'd actually need 5 in order to make the
and the
blitz
for
2
5th.
dice as well. No, I think he just claw palm here. There we go. And yeah, there's no way in hell you're passing that up.
No.
Gets the KO, so he's going to need to hit 25% on his first time to get them both back. He's thinking about piling on here, but it would be wrong because he didn't. It was a natural armor break anyway, so piling on I think would be incorrect. Unless he had 2 babes, I might do it. I've no idea.
Mustn't have
if
babes.
has babes. He must have at least 1 if Jimmy's debating it. No
then again, it is 2 shots, but it's still the regen again as well, so it's not really.
Yeah, there's no way he's debating it if there's 0 babes. So I think Piers has got 1, and he's weighing up the options. But we'll see very shortly. We will find out.
Kills just says he has no babes.
Oh, then I don't know. Then you accept the KO, really, don't you? There.
Yeah.
Because he's 25% to get both back next, then 25% to get none back, and then he gets 1 more shot at it anyway. So we'll see what happens. But he's gone 2 for 2 on his regen, so that's pretty nice. And both Tomb Guardians wake straight up, hits the 25% up.
Has a babe.
And yeah, he has 1 babe. That's
Didn't even need him. Dirty dingo.
If it was 2 babes, Jimmy would 100% pile on. It could only be 1 babe with that pause.
Yeah, that's true. On a 3-man bench where you've done no Kaz in the first half, those extra blocks on non-TGs probably didn't matter.
Yeah. The Tomb Guardians are the make or break here.
Kills you lied to us. How many points should we take off Kills you for lying?
All of them, mate.
Really? All of them? Are you a tyrant?
Well, how about 1,000?
1,000 points. 1,000 points from Kills you, please.
Guild Master Lulu has spoken.
Do you reckon he makes 3-die blocks here?
Yeah, I think
he should. Do you reckon he will, though?
I think this team would make 3 dice block by accident.
With such a great read on Jim's pause, can you go 2 from 2?
What do you mean?
In reading the pause as to what it meant meaning that he had 1 babe.
Yeah.
Surely it'll be a 3-die. Surely.
Like I said, these Tomb Guardians will 3-die by accident, Fash, even if he doesn't mean to. Because of the guard and the assists. And what? 3 Kaz here. Imagine 3 Kaz here.
That would be disgusting.
Nice play from Jimmy. Keep him both his claw pommers off in case of rocks. Although I'm pretty sure... Hang on. No, Riot and Pitch Invasion is cancelled by Jimmy's stadium thing. Makes it 3-die. I don't really roll until it's my last block. Because he's still going to get all the mighty blow hits. Couple of Kaz here and you'd be spitting as the Chaos though, wouldn't you? Because of the regen.
It's a bit odd that there's not more unskilled skeletons on. I think the blodge skeleton could have been an unskilled skeleton to foul out the side.
Did you foul here?
Yep.
3-man bench.
Yep.
AO. Irrelevant for all intents and purposes. He needs to get 3 removals for it to have any relevance in the second half.
Indeed.
I don't know if Jimmy's got babes, but... So, all of them were 3 dice, that's good.
There's at least one we know of. Good old Sinai. You've got a babe. You got 2, in fact.
So this foul is only possibly going to have effect on overtime. But you're definitely taking it, because what else have you got the 3-man bench for?
Yeah, absolutely. No reason not to.
Vanity pass to Ajiman. I think Ajiman should have been positioned to receive this a bit better.
Imagine if it scatters to him anyway.
Oh my god, a 6+. He rolled a 5 as well. Just re-rolling for Bance there, because it still wouldn't have given him 1 SPP if the pass is inaccurate. So,
well, look, 1.5 successful drive for Jim.
Full reset at half
Nothing
time.
done. Nothing done at all. Thorpom just doesn't exist. You're pretty disappointed, to be honest. And look, yeah, like you said, in the turn 8 LOS blocks, 3 LOS blocks here successfully, and Jim's drive becomes a bit shit.
Jimmy's still got the wizard though, and claw palm, so.
Well, does he have claw palm? He hasn't had it so far.
Well, yeah, but it only needs to turn up once or twice on a guardian.
Yeah.
You get 2 tomb guardians out, and there's no offences there. You just base all the skeletons unfavourably with warriors, and they've got no choice but to potato.
Whoa. GG on the flank. That must be the blitz.
Yeah. I mean, he's got no choice. He has to put those warriors out there. He can't afford to sub them for the rookie, for the beastman. It gets to that point though, the higher TVs, you've got very few players that you can't protect, and that's the difference, isn't it, between having 60k linemen and 40k. You just can't spam the 60ks.
I'll give you a key for Albion kills you. You can be the first one I get. Have you clicked all the buttons? Use my referral link. Five-year-old Camry the Dirty Dingoes. Let's him make all those GFRs.
3+ leader though. It's not like he's, you know, his 4th reroll, sorry, is a 20k one, isn't it? Because he's got passing access.
Wow, some interesting substitutions with the Wrestle Skeleton being kept off and Jim's ball handler. Maybe he's not looking to recover.
No, Jim's ball handler being off is correct here, because you don't want
you
to
reckon?
get banged on. Yeah, because he would have to go on the LOS otherwise. Because who would you sub on off for the ball carrier? None of the others.
I guess
right?
it would be Bockward if it was anyone.
He can't. No, he can't put the guard on the LOS in this.
So is he saving the bolt for the overtime then?
Well, it doesn't matter. But basically, if he gets into a situation where he can recover, he'll be willing to re-roll it. I'm sure.
The cheerleader got the reroll. Camry with a cheerleader.
Only one, I think.
Yeah.
Not maximizing his mighty blow here. Don't like that. Oh no, he's got mighty blow on the blitz. Ignore me.
What do you think about this Agi 4-man as a ball carrier with Blodge? If I had an Agi 4 on Camry, if I had an Agi 3 on Camry, I wouldn't be taking Mighty Blow.
Yeah, he took it after as well, I think.
Well, he had one Agi as his first level up.
Hitting wise though, isn't it?
It makes for a good game of Blood Bowl.
He took Agi, then Mighty Blow, then
Yeah.
Agi again, then Dodge.
I've been laughing. I would have gone Agi Sure Hands. Any chance I get to get an Agi 3 ball handler on Camry, I do.
Wow, doesn't go for the TG. Wouldn't have mattered from the armor dice, but I think you have to maximize those Mighty Blow hits. Like, what possible logic is there to blitz with that guy but not the TG?
Nobody knows.
Like,
Nobody knows.
What thought path is there? They both have block. The Tomb Guardian's not even a loner, so that doesn't factor in.
And they're both in the exact same spot?
Yeah. Like, intentionally choosing not to hit with Mighty Blow is, well, it's beyond me, Fash.
Picks up the ball. Dirty Dingo.
One thing the Jimmy team doesn't have is sort of anybody with either Agi up or two heads. So as long as he keeps a good line. Oh, I don't like this foul.
Me either.
I mean, you get sent off here?
Hope so.
Like so? Then you've just put yourself a man down on your own.
On your own offense for no reason. Russians. Love their fouls. They just expect not to get caught. Down a man, turn 9 for no reason. I haven't seen a stranger decision since the time there was a Camry team that didn't blitz with Mighty Blow.
that same turn.
And that was so amazing. Like I hadn't seen anything more amazing than that non-Mighty Blow blitz since I saw a AV9 skeleton or a shadowing ball carrier thrower.
If I'm Chaos here, then I'm thinking you base the strength 3s with strength 4s, you know, to force assists to move. That 1 in 9's a little bit frustrating, but there's no way Jimmy can re-roll that right now.
No, not in the overtime half.
But he'll rotate a Chaos Warrior to support and the Frenzy Man, it looks like.
That's the other thing too, getting that reroll actually kind of a big deal considering there is overtime. It lets him get away with doing those great rerolls as well as the GFIs a little bit more.
I'd be disappointed if this goes to overtime.
Well, it could.
He's a man down.
Electively.
Jimmy's got a wizard, and he's been proven to be a madman. Okay, if he's baiting like this, he needs to shut down that Tomb Guardian. He doesn't really. I don't really like giving the Tomb Guardian a free hit. Like, he could have protected his Claw Pommer from the Tomb Guardian hit by using guard players positioned either side of him, rather than offering up a guard player like that.
Fair enough. It would have been hard for the Camry to then get that 2-die.
Protecting him, but he's basically going to take an extra hit here. And, you know, a removal here on the guard could be massive. Obviously, the TG's not following up.
Who knows?
Probably see a blitz on the Claw Mighty Blow guard in the center. The thing is that line of downed beastmen is quite well positioned to split the team if they advance too much here.
Yeah, absolutely. And with the desire to bash and not have, you know, a generic cage around the ball, any weak spot in the line, and that'll get punished. Especially against a wizard.
Right, old Lulu has to go now, Fash.
Oh, really? Where are you going?
Gotta go and grab my daughter and prepare some dinner.
What are you cooking?
It's 6 o'clock. I don't know. Vegetables and something, probably.
Oh, I don't want to eat vegetables. Do you make the aeroplane noise still?
She loves vegetables. I think she might be a vegetable.
Madman.
Well.
Madman.
It's kind of crazy. Usually it's the hardest thing to get the baby to eat vegetables, but she's on it.
Fair enough. Always a pleasure.
So you will have to ride solo for
I'm riding solo.
Game, unfortunately. I'll keep the stream going so the people who are here can just carry on watching. And then we'll host Fash up after to stream. You can do
some Albion
after.
Oh yeah. Back to mining stone. I'm the stone man. Chief of the stonemasons.
If anybody feels like playing a game with us that doesn't involve your best player getting chinned by a rock randomly, it's pretty good. I mean, what would you do if Albion said to you, "Oh, sorry, you rolled a double one. I've just deleted all of your resources."
I feel pretty bad.
It feels bad, man. Do Fash have Albion key?
I will get an Albion key one day.
I'm actually on at 8:30 for a UK BBL match. I'll be playing, and then I'll be streaming maybe some Albion for a bit. We'll see how it goes. But anyway, good luck, Jimmy. I think we want Jimmy to win here, just so good Blood Bowl prevails.
Absolutely.
I always want the person who is better or playing better to win.
Absolutely.
And I shall see you guys in a bit. Bye-bye.
Choose. Alright, press 1 if you would like to have the remainder of the commentary be me doing a Jim impersonation of what Jim would be saying right now if he was commentating his own match. Press 2 if you want me to do the Lupac voice. And press 3 if I should just sit here and not be retarded. Oh, this guy's made a one-die block. Can't be making one-die blocks like that. It's not even allowed. Oh, he's gone in for another one-die. Not even punished. He's gonna one-dice me all the time. Fucking like Dord and Voodoo Mike. Oh, there's a lot of 3 votes into not being retarded. My bad. What do you reckon, Lou? Well, I've been thinking about it a little bit, and the things that I've seen from this Camry guy is a little bit odd. You know, he's made 2 one-die blocks here, and the ball's not even safe. Alright, for Scurry on try, we will not do voices. My bad. Alright, so yeah, look, 2 rowdy one-die blocks. Did it really matter if it failed? I guess the Blodge Guard didn't really matter. I mean, is vulnerable to then, what, a 3+ post-bolt? You're not going to be making 3+ post-bolt to go and get the ball, so I guess that was fine. And the block on the Pommer didn't really matter either. We'll have to rotate the ball to the left, I think, though, as that's not too hard. The a guard in, a 2D for the success, freeze the Frenzy. Would have the ball in his hand, but wouldn't really make it safe. Similarly, there's a 3+ here to be around the back. Not a safe ball, not even by any stretch of the imagination, but literally not a safe ball. They could just be pinned, even without the bolt. Rowdy. Jim's seen something immediately. It's a Pom on a TG. Block for the push leaves his man tied up still. Okay, it was a great start to the drive. Camry now down 2. Down 1 electively. 2 in total. There is still the 3+ out for a double GFI to tag. With the Blitz consumed, I guess Guard would come across and he could look to make 2Ds. Guard here. Dirty Dingo assist, or Dirty Dingo council assist. Might be thinking about standing up the Beastman now with a 2-man advantage to have extra men just on the field. 1 in 9's pretty shit. Had it not been a KO, he would have had the option to push the Guard Warrior up 1 square. The Guard Warrior with 5 movement would have gone 1, 2, GFI, GFI. Guard Warrior on the ball carrier. A little bit worried about the quote-unquote Khemri passing play. This is an Agi 4-man. Even in 1 TZ, that's not bad for a handoff. A 3+ handoff into some sort of potato. Would not surprise me from someone in this position. I think we'll have to have a reroll on this dodge to make that more difficult. I'm not sure what the Pommer's doing here other than hiding and trying to be safe. Similarly, Cheeky blitzes from the back on a dirty 1D. Moves people around with so many bodies occupying so many squares. Wide open. 3+ and this potato scores. And nothing else is really safe. I think he's going to go for something like that. I don't think it'll be a pass. I think it'll be a handoff. Maybe not. It would be super rowdy. He's not keeping the ball safe otherwise now. I really thought a potato was coming. But based on this movement coming across to make this block indicates that it's not. So I guess it's TG blitz, man comes down, man runs down. And TG screens. Actually, that's way too easy to keep this area of the field safe. I think Pommer maybe could have been screening off the assist across. For some reason I thought this guy was tagged. Oh, because I would have stood these two up. Because he's down 2. While usually giving blocks for free is bad, and it would be free blocks I guess, with this guard applying the assist here into here, it only then has 1, 2, 3, 4 and the ball carrier reacting to the ball, with the blitzer not being in position. So it's either the potato, or stand these two up and he's done on the right. He's got a reroll. I think we'll see this rerolled. And by he's got a reroll, I mean he had 5. TG down, and that's fairly safe. Yeah, no, it's rowdy Russians that do ball carrier assist in every block. Like, you know those dwarves that you play against? And it's, you know, ball carrier assist to do this, and they have to get the power, and they get the power, and the power has to be a stun, they get the stun. That sort of stuff. It's just craziness. But yeah, I'm surprised Jim left it this open when he had the capacity to stop it with Pom Man and Guard Man being here and Frenzy Man being able to make a block. Look, with the TG KO'd, I would have really loved to stop this drive, especially as he up 2 on the field. I think I would have done more to stop this last turn. I really thought these would stand. Maybe just an oversight. Yeah, so look, well out of position, won't be able to contest the ball, and I think he's GFI away. A double GFI away. And look, you don't really care if he scores an 11, you can then score on offense whenever you like and be peachy. Dirty Dingoes with the 1 dice. Maybe just having people threaten to force this score might be enough. And just wizard on offense. If it guarantees the touchdown. But yeah, no, we won't be wizarding with no recovery. Yeah, no, Jim won't do anything crazy like that. Rotating down pressure. This 2 dice. Wouldn't hate a unskilled beastman around the back, just in case he does try to stall. Maybe in an attempt to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 single GFI final action to double tag Guardman, Blodge, Agi 4-man. It's the first successful block from the beastman with Tackle Claw Pom, in 11 turns, I think. Every other attempt this fella's made has been rubbish. Piles on for a stun. And look, everyone else just needs to come down with maybe the unskilled. Either side, doesn't matter. But yeah, this will probably be enough to, not next turn, but the turn after, force the score. Because these guys will all be bogged in, and there'll only be 3 protecting the ball. As the break tackle man's out. Oh, 4 if we include the 1 in 36 dodge. So yeah, look, 4 protecting the ball could make a cage and stall for next turn. And then score. So 4 turns for Jim as Chaos wouldn't be an unreasonable request with the Wizard. And similarly, could just be a rowdy fella and just double GFI and probably make it. You know, admittedly, he has been unlucky with his GFI rolls. With the double ones, but they were just GFIs you just shouldn't make. Certainly not early on the turn. And you just need to accept that when your TG's on the ground, you don't blitz with it if you need to do double GFIs. But then again, look, Khemri Coach could just be feeling the pressure. Might feel like he's got no option, even though he did have other options. Certainly not in the order that he did. I recall playing SO Longbeard team that made 22 GFIs. And while it's disgusting for someone to make 22 GFIs in a game successfully, he did it because he absolutely needed to, and that he was absolutely losing the game if he didn't. Whereas the Khemri guy maybe didn't need to. I think there were better options that he would have had. You know, blitz with a different fella. Tag with the different TG. Rather than going for the maximum greedy play of getting a blitz and the base. It's crazy nomadic jam. Crazy. I even had the worst team. It was definitely inferior. Yeah, so look, wouldn't have minded the unskilled beastman around the back to force the... I guess not force, but demand that it's successful. Oh, this is a bit forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And it's not a guard TG. Might have to GFI with the Tomb Guardian and then fix it with the Lodged Skeleton. Just to make a screen. The screen gets banged and the thrower gets based, and everyone else that's protecting the thrower is also based, so he'd have to then block to save himself. It really makes you think. I don't think this will be safe. My dude kills you. Alright, that's better. Unless... Beastman to here. Assist, guard assist. Warrior bangs warrior down. Or, with this filled by this... No, because he has to go here. He goes here, he goes here, he goes here. Not really the best. Certainly not on a push. And then I guess the assist comes and this block happens and then this guard comes down. And this 2 happens and then it's still a 3+ double GFI. Maybe Jones is happy to have him score. I think there needs to be more pressure though. I don't know if every block needs to be made here. Like, he barely made this screen, and I think if he wanted to risk 3+, yeah, there was probably something. Or, you know, the single assist 1D for a push. Yeah. And so I don't know if every block needs to be made. Maybe he's just content in letting him score. I'd look to probably stop it. If I got the option to stop it and 2 dice Camry ball carrier, I think I'd do it. I mean, he still has the blitz up his sleeve. How's Edgy Man? Bang. First unsuccessful regen. That's 2 from 3 were successful regens. And so that's a huge relief, not having that Agi 4 blodging out, moving 6 squares, causing a bit of a ruckus. And a 1D that wasn't a skull. Loving that. Didn't really cost him anything. In that, on a skull, the TG was still tied up. And on a push, nothing really happened. But on the power stumble, the skeleton gets tied up. Which is really, really the kind of 1D that you think's worth it. Where nothing bad happens if you fail. Definitely don't want to free a TG. Definitely don't want the TG blitzing the Clawpom Warrior, as that's the threat on the ball, with the success on the Agi 4 Blitzerer. Yeah, and it has to score, for sure. Yeah, so I guess Jim's pretty confident in scoring in 4. But then again, look at Camry making a big TG wall. All the hits and the surf on the TGs have been KOs, and he's had 100% success in waking up, and he does have the single babe. So look, the TG being back on the field still could make a 4-turn offense a bit tedious. Look, I think it was definitely a consideration. There was a brief pause after the blitz. But I guess because it was a dodge and a reroll, and a GFI or 2. It was probably 2 GFIs, because it was a downed Beastman, if I'm not mistaken. So use 3 to get here. Yeah, and so 3+2+2+, probably not worth it. You don't want to risk the armor roll on your Claw Pommer that's so crucial in terms of the game. I'm done with this. I'm done with this game. Dirty little unskilled man picking up a random Kaz. I mean, Jim did get a couple of unskilled Kaz that regen. But I mean, isn't that the worst? Where you're like, oh, I'm gonna not dodge him out, I'm gonna not make GFIs to tag the ball. Oh, sure, I'm giving a block on him. But, you know, that's disgusting. Ooh, double disgusting. This one actual Mighty Blow hits, so you don't feel so bad. By unskilled, I meant,
Fucking cunting. Cunt
in terms of doing deeps.
Shithead. Fucking cunt. Cunt. Fucking cunt. Cunt. Cunt fucking beast.
Yeah, we're just talking about how crucial, well, not crucial, but...
Oh, yeah.
Oh, me so good against those.
Fuck off.
Fuck off. Yeah, no, we're just talking about keeping him safe and making the dodge and then thinking about the GFIs maybe if he hadn't used the reroll. And I just think that every single time he's ever standing, whenever he gets blocked by some random shitter. And I was just thinking in my head, imagine if this dirty little dingo comes across and makes that 2-die block and gets a Kaz. Oh boy, what a rustle. I'm gonna go and angrily urinate. That's how sad I am. Mind you guys, here is a pretty good guide on Albion crafting. Might be a bit old, but that's the guide nevertheless. I shall be back in one moment. Alright, so what do you reckon about that Apo use? Well, he's not guaranteed to score. A blitz could happen, and any sort of shenanigans subsequently could have Jim not score, and therefore goes into overtime, and you really do want that claw palmer, especially when you've done no damage. Shouldn't have said blitz. I'm sorry, Jim. Shouldn't have said blitz. Dirty dingo. My bad. Yeah, and so you want the killer on the field, just in case shit stuff happens. Happening the badly hurt, kinda bad. Yeah, look, man's punished a little bit. I guess he was just looking to 3-die block skeletons. But Khemri's so slow. There is... not really a punish. Unless he double GFIs and it scatters into his hands. And that could happen. He'll now be countermans, which is a bit shit. Yeah, look, he wasn't going to be down man, that's the thing though, Hippie. Doesn't seem like a very good spot for Blodgeman, but he might get away unpunished in that the blitz will probably have to come on the skeleton that's here, depending on the scutter. Oh boy. Three and 8 for happy times. 1 and 4 for very sad times. And 3 and 8 for... Wow. Doesn't... I guess adds a GFI? Wow, I can't believe he didn't double mans here. That's almost insane. If he had the 3 rolls, good. Means Jim can use the blitz in a cheeky fashion. I guess now the blitz on the left-hand side from the Camry TG allowed the people to get through both the Blitzerer and the Skellington to double tag the ball. Would have mattered in hindsight, but I think 2 men here is much more intimidating and much harder to deal with than just the 1 man. Whoa. A first action 1D? What does this even do? Allows the second action 1D to free Frenzy Man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to tag? That's rowdy. Yeah, look, when he's all mans, I was looking down the left-hand side for 2Ds into 2Ds that freed men. No one really got the good blitz. There was also, you don't really want to put the game down to a 1 in 9, so yeah, more important plays than just the pickup. Don't really want to blitz with the ball carrier, only both down result then leads to a 1 in 9 into a 1 in 9. But he's just fairly decisive. I would have spent longer thinking about that, but I guess Jim's just confident. And look, they were 2 pluses. And in the 2 rolls, he did roll a skull. So appropriately punished. As tempting as it would be to 1D to get this guy on the sidelines, he's going to be 1D back. So probably not worth. And it would also then have a blodger tying up a Chaos Warrior, which I would not like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Unskilled man here doesn't change too much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On the left-hand side would have stopped the dodge for the 1D. But look, a disastrous start to a drive that you're looking to score in 4. Three GFIs for Jim's current ball carrier to score. So maybe if these guys in the center aren't properly protected, but they should be. There's no reason they wouldn't be. With the Camry coaches, Kaoluk and Kazaluk, has a full team, which is unbelievable at the start of a drive. Admittedly, down that break tackle TG still, which I don't think I covered post kickoff. Blitzerer rerolls on Wrestleman for arguably a greed block in overtime. It's a pure greed block. It did nothing of relevance. It's not allowing a mark on the ball. It's not allowing a block on the ball. That was 100% full greed. To keep a guy standing that doesn't even matter. That doesn't actually do anything. Now down to 2 rolls in overtime, well, in an overtime format. Giving a gift to the Pommer. Maybe realize the problem that guard stands up, this guy makes a 2D, and Jim, while he doesn't want to, could risk the 1 in 9 handoff and be absolutely away. It's now a double GFI, or the 3+3+, and be once again absolutely away. Wins the game on a 2+2+3+, after a 2-die block. Oh, my bad, he had the blitz still. Alright, so that's what the roll's for. My bad, I take it back. Had the blitz still. I thought he'd used it elsewhere. So it does get to tag the ball, which does control the blitz. Fair enough, the greater roll not so bad, but it still doesn't solve this play if this blocks a success. Yeah, you can even have a couple attempts at it too, with the warrior following up. You prefer not to, but you could. And there'd just be a nice screen. It's still sad times when you have to do that sort of stuff. Not blitzing with the WrestleMan, I guess that's fine. Random KO on Blodgeman. Getting a power. Power's in Blodger. Dirty Dingo Jim. Yeah, maybe WrestleMan could have done that. Almost more guard, but no, couldn't have because it's guard. Carry on. Although 4-5, no. As you were. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2. I mean, with 3 GFIs for the ball carrier, it doesn't seem like it's too bad. Oh, pushes. Alright, it's just not happening then. Which is good, as it's a 3+2+2+. That all of which has to work, which is just so spooky. Oh boy, this dodge has to work. Fair enough, I think I would have dodged the guard man to tie up the WrestleMan rather than dodging the warrior, because the... I guess it doesn't matter. Because that skeleton being free with the wrestle skeleton would be really, really bad on a single GFI into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 single GFI to shoot ice the ball. So I think I would have left him standing so that at worst it's a 1 dice, and then dodge this fella to tag this guy so it's a 4+1 dice. Rather than if my 3+1 in 9s, I get 2 diced. Hard to say now. Well, presumably he'd go for it, but he just doesn't have the men. It's just his single mighty blow man, isn't it? Oh, and I guess number 11 Beastman. So 2 Beastmen. 3 Beastmen on a triple GFI, 4 Beastmen on a quadra GFI. Pretty even so far, Dynamo Des. With the Apo gone. This is what I was worried about more so than the badly hurt, and why I thought about maybe not Apoing was the one, as the Apo's gone for the next Mighty Blow hit on AV9 that gets a Kaz into a perma. So won't have a Claw Mighty Blow Warrior for his match against Oriolensis, assuming Oriolensis wins. And assuming Jim wins. Which is the current assumption. Oh, maybe. Let's double check Bizzle. I mean, I didn't make a bracket or anything. Yeah, you're quite right, Bizzle. Won't have a Claw Mighty Blow Warrior for the game against Smokers Humans or presumably Demon Ted's Bretts. Oh, was that a quad? Oh, banged on. And that's a dead TG. 3 MA TG, first TG Kaz of the match on turn 15. Just to make Samba look fair. But no, look, Quad Skulls, that does feel pretty bad. If you can't make safe 2-die blocks, what do you do in Blood Bowl? On a block TG of all things. Yeah, so look, assist comes around, spooky 2D, some Shawnees, Warrior marks the Blood Skeleton. Other Warrior maybe gets the assist as it needs to be the success on the Throw Ra. And then the last time will be the Dodge of the Wonder. I think the Dodge will be better. It would allow 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on a single Shawnee. Allows him to pin in the Throw Ra, so there's no 4+ dodges to sack. Makes the double Shawnee. Now look, he's got 4 Kaz so far, 2 regen, 2 haven't. And 3 KOs on TGs. Yeah, not a bad shout from B. Craig. Actually, end of turn bolt on the one guy that can 4+ 1D with any sort of success. A really good call from B. Craig. I think we should give him 100 points just for that. Into a 1 in 9, down to 0-year-olds. I think he had little regard for overtime. And if he was planning to sack with the Throw Ra, that should have been the first action, as nothing else matters. So rightfully punished for the 1 in 9 greed block there. Absolute sympathy for the Quad Skulls. There's always sympathy for Quad Skulls. But that 1 in 9 TG block was pure greed. Deserves to fail the 4+ Throw Ra. And yeah, absolutely. Should have bolted. I'm sure we'll be able to have a chat with Jim after. Yeah, it's just if it's a power for a success, you don't score. And I guess arguably, on a double GFI, still sacks him post-bolt if it doesn't break armor. It is a bolt on AV7, so breaking armor is not unlikely. As he wakes up with 3 movement, and a double GFI gets the sack. Absolutely Huanchi. Absolutely. Classic. That's a good point. No overtime. Well, not yet. Everyone's base, I think this will be the bolt. As he can't afford to lose himself horizontally, as that will take some movement. Yeah, no, Eldor, the bolt didn't seal it, as it was in range of being blitzed anyway, in 1, 2, 3, double GFI. Nails it. GG, no worries. So, you know, look, I take it back. and maybe we should take the points back off Craig. But tell you what, a bolt on the AV7, it was the one chance for him to lose. Had the block been a power or stumbles, instead of the both down, the Camry stops the drive, and that would have been disastrous. So I'm still pretty fond of the bolt. Let's go see if we can have a chat with Jim. Oh, oh baby.
Oh, here's Fash, finally. Just in time, Fash, at the end of the match.
Oh, mate. What a what a rowdy match.
Oh, that fucking blitz. I set up terribly for it.
Yeah. Oh, I jinxed it. It was my bad. It was all my fault. I said, oh man, if the camera gets a blitz here, you know, Jim, and he got the blitz. Couldn't believe it.
Yeah. Blitz a PD, but, you know, 4 turns got in there. Plus, I had the 2 dice blitz on a Tomb Guardian.
Yeah.
So, I was like, fuck, I've got to commit here to be able to 2 dice for Tomb Guardian, and, yeah.
Now look, I thought it was a dominant performance. Just starting off with that surf on the TG. Thought that was spectacular.
Yeah, I enjoyed that.
A little worried about the space he gave him towards the midway of his drive on the right-hand side. Like, he moved the Palmer up really tight in the center, presumably to keep him safe. But it did leave him open to make that push. Was that intentionally?
Yes.
Like, you were pretty pleased to have him score, knowing that you could force it?
Yes, that was the thing. Like, it was a tough decision, wasn't it? Obviously, I didn't want the getting blocked at all.
Yeah.
Got blocked once.
He got one time. Yeah. Yeah. I think that was partially my fault too.
I mean, the fuck's up with that? I basically conceded a touchdown so he wouldn't get blocked.
Yeah.
He gets blocked once, gets Kaz, and then the other guy gets permed. So, but you know, never mind. The perm isn't too damaging in the grand scheme of things. The good thing is, actually, it might be a good perm because it lowers my TV for the next match.
Yeah, and you're definitely playing against a low TV opponent in that the 1550 Bretts or the 1300 humans.
Yeah, so that might actually be a good miss next game, crazily. So, yeah.
There was a brief debate about a bolt on the throw rail just to deny the 4+, 5+, or 4+ stumbles for power. In that, if he did get it, yeah, exactly.
He could have GFI'd, so unless it was an armor break, it was a waste.
But it was a bolt on the AV7.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, AV8, isn't it? No, AV7, yeah. Plus, I mean, plus his block was only a 3+3+ without a reroll, so it wasn't crazy to happen, was it?
Yeah, but assuming he had played properly and made it as his first action to get the 75% dodge into, you know, maybe the reroll.
No, he had no rerolls.
Well, that's because he wasted it on stupid blocks. Had he not done the stupid blocks?
Yeah, he wasted a lot of rerolls.
Yeah.
He wasted a lot of rerolls. I couldn't believe that he had no rerolls, and I didn't want to...
He started with 5.
Yeah, and he ended with none. And that was another reason why I gave him loads of space, because I just didn't want to have to reroll anything, so I didn't want to commit to any things. I didn't want to have to reroll. But then, obviously, against the Blitz, I had to reroll the 2 fucking stupid 1 dices.
Yeah.
God.
Oh, mate, it was tough. Yeah, look, I always clench at the 1Ds when they're their first action. That sort of have to work. But I mean, in that sort of situation, like, so good that it didn't scatter to him. Oh, man.
Yeah.
That would have been a disaster.
I like how his first action was just 2 GFIs. Get off.
Yeah. I would have done it first, but I would have done it at some point towards the end.
Yeah, he stacked them, though. He didn't do one at a time. He just stacked them both. See you later. Let's go. If he uses a reroll the first one, he's making the second one anyway.
I'd have double marked where the ball was going to land with the skeleton and the blodge man on the double GFI, just so you covered more scatter squares. So it was only 3 and 8 that weren't in a tackle zone.
Yeah. But
instead, he just screened off nothing.
Yep, crazy. Well, to be fair, Clayman, it was more a 5+ away. He had to make the 4+ dodge as well, didn't he? So it was like a 5+. A 5+ away from overtime, but then in overtime I would have had 2 rerolls and he had none. He was down a Tomb Guardian thanks to Batman quad sculling.
Yeah.
But down that Chaos Warrior was really bad. But thank you very much, guys. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe.
And stay fantastic. Did you do the thumbs up? I did the thumbs up.
Thumbs up, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I always do the thumbs up. Yeah, the quad score was crucial. But I mean, the blitz obviously made it a game. If it hadn't been a blitz, I think...
Well, was the quad score crucial? Did it really matter in the grand scheme of things? I think going 15 turns without anything happening to the TGs, aside from a KO. I mean, it was good that it stayed out in the second half.
Yeah.
What do you think about the Rowdy fouling? I mean, that's the other instance for allowing him to score. You're up 2 men with a Rowdy foul and the KO on the TG.
Yeah, that fucking foul was crazy. Obviously, it was good at the end of the first half, but the second half one was just fucking nuts.
Obnoxious. Deserved to lose.
Yeah, that was disgusting. You know, maybe I should have tried harder to stop the score. But
yeah, I think I would have. But yeah, look, either way, it wasn't bad either way in that it did force a score, and scoring in 4 isn't hard. What did you think about? I was thinking about a cheeky handoff play in a 1 in 9 midfield. If you got the throw rod down on the block.
Yeah, it was a consideration, definitely.
Because you were just away.
I thought with 4 GFIs, I've got more chance with like 2 rerolls.
True.
That's what I was thinking. So I thought I'll just clench for the 4 fucking GFIs. Oh man.
Yeah, well, mate, it was a big clench, but there wasn't really much better. When you were reacting to the blitz and the ball's deep, they kept it safe, which was good.
Yeah, I got lucky.
On that 3,
that it was able to make the GFI. I muted my mic on stream. Oh, you joking?
Oh, boo.
Do you know what it is? It's not muted. What happened was what happened with the microphone. For some reason, the OBS decided to just stop recognizing the fact that my Yeti microphone is plugged in. So it's got default or the webcam one. They're the 2 options. So for some reason, it just fucking went off. Maybe it was when I stopped recording. Is that when it happened? Crazy. So I'll just unplug it and plug it back in, and hopefully that'll sort it.
I didn't record bets properly. Someone bet on... Oh, actually, no one would have bet on this guy. No one did. No bets to change.
Right. Back to the good mic. Start calling it a snow troll. Yeah. Oh man, that's really bad. It wasn't muted. It wasn't. No, that's what it was. Yeah. Did I do the stay fantastic? Hopefully I did.
I did.
1 step closer to $500. Not this season. Free €500. Not this season, unfortunately. I'll probably win it when there's no. I'll probably win it. I can't believe I won, to be honest.
Oh, mate, I never doubted you. Look at that green circle around your name. Yeah, look, look cool. So, what do you reckon about an extra layer of seating? I think there were plenty of pretty good Camry coaches that mightn't have